What's up, guys? This is going to be another market review following up the Sunday market blitz. So every Sunday we come out with brand new analysis, what we're expecting for the week ahead and what the potential is. And then at the end of that week, we'll review all those analyses and see how they played out. So what we're looking for here is pretty much accuracy, seeing which trade path price action followed and which trade path was the closest to happening. So let's get right into it. We always start off with DXY. And this is essentially the dollar index. We were very bullish on this. We were waiting for essentially structure to form, followed by our next higher low, and then ideally a continuation. So this was the most likely to happen, as we were still very much bullish. This is still in higher low territory. We're at that structure level, so we're waiting to see how it played out. Now, we knew that this was pretty overextended, and this looks like a good amount of bearish volume. So that could push it a little bit lower. And that was a secondary scenario here. So technically, price action could pull all the way back to the 61.8 area or potentially this 94.5 area before showing us some sort of reaction. So let's see how it played out. Okay, more or less moved sideways, right? Didn't really choose either direction here. Still overall bullish, though, if you want to consider the trend over everything else. We did form structure at 38.2. We just didn't form a higher low and then follow through, right? So we got the higher low, but now it's just consolidating. So going into this week, we'll have a new analysis, but essentially we're looking for higher lows above 96.3 to continue higher. All right, but yeah, just some flat movement there at a DXY, nothing too exciting. Let's jump over to AU and go over the analysis for this one. So we were very bearish, looking to continue with that. We wanted to see a lower high below 0.72, and then boom, we'd be in targeting towards lower support levels. So the opposite is true here as well. If we break above, looking for a higher low, above 0.72, and then with the right setups, we can enter long, start targeting these resistance levels. So let's see how it played out. Okay, so this one pulled back a little bit. Didn't really tap the 0.72 level. However, it did give us a last attempt right here, and that was pretty much the max effort from the bulls before they were completely shut out by sellers. And or the bears, right? So this was that last attempt. Here was that lower high. Boom, price action got shot down towards support, which is where we're at now, right at 0.70, right at our monthly level. So this will be a good analysis going into this next week. Pretty straightforward. Pretty much just looking for reactions around the monthly. So that's AU. Let's jump over to AJ, see how this one's doing. All right, so this one was overall very bearish as well. We're waiting for a similar setup here on AJ as we were on AU, right? We wanted to see that lower high below a recently broken level. That'd be really nice. So this was a good confluence area because we have the 61.8 fib level and also 82.4 resistance, which is recent broken structure, right? So this would be a really great area. Price action pops up, finds some rejection there, continues and gives us plenty of setups to then enter short on. So this was trade scenario 1, and the opposite would be a break back above the weekly with a higher low. And with the right setups, you could even enter long on that, but a little far away from that happening. So our primary focus was catching this this trend here, this reversal, and playing it lower. So let's see how it played out. Okay, just like AU, it continued lower, but it failed to push up towards our level that we expected, right? So it still hit structure right at our 38.2 level. This is another confluence area at 81.5. This is a daily structure level, so that we broke below that. That has some weight to it. But either way, it gave us a nice little double top, reversed off this level, solidified it, and then gave us these bearish setups to potentially enter short on, either here or here, depending on when you were looking. But turned out pretty good here on AJ. I mean, this thing dropped all the way down to 79. I know I caught this. I actually entered on this twice. I caught it here, and then I caught this dip, this final drop. If you are following me on Instagram, you guys would have seen this in the stories this week or in my recent posts. I was trading the crap out of AJ, but yeah, I mean, it followed its bias. Didn't really pull back as dramatic as we would have liked to see, but we're following price action and we're able to spot some scenarios. So that was good. Good trades out of AJ last week. Let's move over to UJ. Okay, so this one was. We were being super patient on this one on Sunday because we had spotted that price action fell back into the range essentially. I mean, huge volume, pushed up, stalled, and then it came right back down. Now we're between the range. So we didn't really want to play this as there's really no opportunity when you're within a range. Really just want to have to wait for the break. And overall, we are bullish here, other than this ranging. So we're expecting it to break higher, look for the higher low, and then boom, we were long. So let's just see how this one played out. We were neutral on this. Okay, see, it looks like it's breaking lower than the range. Now we're pretty much caught right at this monthly zone, but it's just consolidation. So really not much to say about this one. I will reanalyze it Sunday, or well, later today, and give you guys some 2 new trade setups. But I'm telling you right now, this one's going to be the one where we're going to have to be patient for. All these other pairs look much better. They're in a much better place than AJ. So let's move over to EJ. Check this next one. Overall, very bearish last week. And we had 2 great, pretty straightforward, trade scenarios. Either looking for price action to reverse at this recently broken level, 128.85, and then boom, we'd be in, look for bearish setups, targeting down towards lower support, 127.5. If we break above 128.85, look for that higher low. You could take a trade there. I wouldn't do it. I don't think there's really enough volume here for me. I mean, that's like, what, 115 pips, something like that. I usually like a little bit more on EJ. This seems a little bit tight as per recent price action. The volume has just been crazy. So, I mean, hopefully it continues. Well, actually, we're going to see right now. But hopefully it continued, right? That was our overall bias. We're looking to ride that trend. So let's just see how it played out. Okay, pretty much followed this trade path. However, this is consolidation. So like it did execute. We did reject off this level up here near 128. We did get down towards support at 127. But unless you found a good setup right in here, there wasn't really much to work with. Okay, so this was really your only opportunity. As of right now, it's technically considered ranging. So I'll have more to say about this later today. Come up with 2 new scenarios for you guys and do it all again, right? So it's EJ. Technically did play out. At least our bias was right. Let's take a look at gold. Oh, gold. All right, so this thing fell back into this range as we knew, right? 1800, 1825, huge bearish volume, kind of shoved it back into this range. So here we are. We needed to come up with 2 likely scenarios for this. So it was either going to continue to range, or we're looking for a break below 1800 with a lower high, and then continuation to then enter short on. So let's just see how it played out. Okay, so this one's pretty nice. Broke lower, retested in here. There were some short opportunities in here, but the volume kind of died out, so you could see that it didn't really hold up. We didn't reach our target. But it did pull back up now. So this is the lower low, right? We're definitely cleared. Now we're testing this level once again, but more so below it. So this is really important to see a lower high right here. And if we get the right bearish setups, we could be targeting lower towards 1740. And that could be a pretty good risk reward there. I mean, we got about 1800s up here. We're right at pretty much 1780. Looking over like 430 pips. Here on gold. So this would be a good trade. If the risk reward makes sense, if the setups are there, then we're back into gold shorts, which is pretty exciting because this ranging sucks. All right, so yeah, that's the past week, guys. November 28th, right? We covered DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. Okay, so pretty accurate for the last week. We're going to be doing this again tonight. Going to give you guys all these pairs plus more. Totally fresh, new analysis. So stop by, check it out, and we'll see you guys then. All right, take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.